I'm Dave Whipple and you're watching Bushradical. I just had to run to meet the UPS truck and they brought me something special. Hang on and I'll show you. Hi everybody, my name's Dave Whipple and you're watching Bushradical. I've been out here in the woods all day long splitting wood. The easy stuff I split with an axe, the hard stuff I split with a maul, and I'm telling you, I am absolutely whooped. It's like 1:40 and I started at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And 6 hours of that is enough. Let me show you what I got done. For starters, there were two nice old ash logs that were laying here. They've been here a couple of years and they're still nice and solid. I figured I better get those cut up and split before they started to rot. I put that tree down probably at least 1.5 years ago. And if we head on over this way, here's another 2 ash logs that I split up. And I'm out here splitting in the woods. I just leave the stuff right on the ground where it lays. Use a good old beater axe. One that's not too sharp. Anything that doesn't want to split real well. I got a little maul here. I've been at it forever. I'm tired. There's another log that I cut up this morning. It was already cut, but I split it all up. Then we got this guy. And this is a nice big, I think this is an oak. It's the only one like it in this whole woods. That guy I bucked up today with a chainsaw, and it's about a 16-18 inch log, so it's a good sized log. Bucked it up with a chainsaw, split it up with a maul. This is the saw I used. This is an old 038 AV still. I bought this at a pawn shop for 35 bucks. Had a pull cord about that long on it, thunk thunk, and the gas smelled like an antique shop. Nobody would buy it. I offered them 35 bucks for parts and they took it. It's a good saw. Took a little bit of love. New muffler, new air filter. But how can you complain, you know, $35. I don't think I've got 60 into it now with the parts. So I didn't bring you guys out here to talk about splitting wood. Goodness knows it'd be boring to watch a video on splitting wood. I brought you out here for this. Yep, it's another axe. This is actually a Council 3.5 pound Dayton on a 36 inch handle. Right as I was finishing up splitting wood out here, I see the UPS truck down the road. And so I run over there, and of course, my wife meets me by the UPS truck, and you know, how can you hide what this is? Seriously. Let's open this sucker up, see what it looks like. Why did I buy another axe? Why not? There's a guy on eBay right now selling these Council axes for $22 and some change, and then $5 expedited shipping. I mean, seriously, that's just like giving it away. So I had to buy one. Quite the wrapping here. I think this is like 4 garbage bags. I have to fillet this sucker. Just make a cut right down there because I'm gonna probably trim that handle up anyway. Man, it's like Christmas again. Now, I don't know if I've ever bought a new axe, but $22 with $5 shipping, I mean, I just had to. There she is. Beautiful. Now this is the shot that I always hope to see, and nobody ever shows it. The profile of the bit. This bit is more of a wedge shaped. It's definitely not a thin ground felling bit. Maybe that's the best way to see it. That's the shot I always look for, and I never see anybody take that shot. I want to know how these things come from the factory, and if they're more set up for felling or more set up for splitting work. This guy kind of looks like a medium, but it's very much a wedge profile. Almost flat on the sides, comes down to a nice point. The grain in the handle is pretty much perfect. It's got a flat style handle, which I'm not a huge fan of. And this handle, it's kind of a baseball bat of a handle. I'm definitely going to have to do a lot of work to that. How about the hang? If you look right straight down the bit, you'll see that this sucker's offset a bit. The handle and the head are not, they're not lined up the way they're supposed to be. Right there's about right straight down the bit. So you can see that the handle jogs off quite a bit. It's not the world's best hang job. The head's good and tight. I like how flat the bit is. I'm a big fan of a flatter bit. Any bit that's got a lot of round to it, I don't even want it, to be honest. I really wish Council would make a Connecticut pattern. I love a good Connecticut pattern. Nobody makes them. The handle feels like it's waxed. I don't think it's varnished at all. I think it's a wax. Kind of like, you ever buy one of those handles that are Tennessee brand? They say Tennessee hickory on them. They're usually waxed, and this kind of feels like that. But this handle's probably a in-house handle, because it's just cut out of flat material. There's no milling to it, and there's no swell on the back end, and it's pretty much a chunk of board cut out in the shape of an axe handle. I've had a couple Councils before, but I never bought a new one. I've got a little Council boys axe, and I bought it at a flea market for $8, and it holds a good edge, and it's been a good axe. I bought a 4-pounder at a yard sale, one of the green ones, and I turned around and sold that. I just had too many axes. This is the first one I've ever actually bought, like from the store, brand new. The thing I will say is every Council axe I've had was hung wrong. The head was off center. And this one's no exception. It's off center, pretty good amount. It's actually sharper than I thought it would be. It's just a kind of a rough ground edge to it, but it's not too far off. But hey, you know, what do you expect for $22 and $5 expedited shipping? I mean, seriously, that's like, this thing came UPS. I mean, what does it cost to send a 6-pound axe from New York to Upper Michigan by UPS? Got to be more than $5. So I can't complain at all about that. The things I see about this axe that have to get rectified. If you're going to split with this handle's fine. If you're going to use it for any kind of felling work, any kind of sharp axe work, this handle's going to drive you nuts. Because it's pretty much a bat. It's like a trooper handle. If you go to Tractor Supply or Family Farm and Home and you see those trooper axes, or trooper, however you pronounce it, their handles are just like a club. And this one's a little better, but it's not great. So this handle has got to get shaved down. The head's hung wrong. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's still going to work. The handle itself actually is a little crooked, and it's crooked in the wrong way in reference to the head being wrong. But you know, that's an American-made axe for $22. Of course, they don't sell them like that. This guy must have bought like a truck or something. He must have bought a stolen truck full of these things. If you get on eBay right now, he might still have a couple. $22, it was like $28 total, shipping and the axe. And you know what? Some American made this thing. What are your options nowadays? You can buy a trooper axe, Mexican made. And honestly, I've never tried one of those axes. I don't know anything about them other than the fact that they're cheap and they're made in Mexico. You can get a cheap Chinese made axe, and who knows what you're getting there. Or you can get a German axe and spend $130, $140. You can get a Swedish axe and spend upwards of $200. So, you know, it's going to take a little bit of love to get this guy dialed in for $28. And this came out of an American factory with American steel. You know, I'll give it a little bit of time. I'll give it some effort. We'll make it as good as it can be. Maybe you guys would like to see me split a little bit of wood with this. Well, fat chance of that crap happening. I've been at it all day. By the way, I want to say thanks again to Brandon Jenkins out in Portland, Oregon at Triumph Screen Printing. He sent me a couple t-shirts and a hat, and what an awesome thing to do, man. I so appreciate that. If you guys are in Oregon, go get something screen printed. Brandon's a good dude. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and checking out this kind of unboxing of a Council. You know, everybody knows about Councils, but this is the first one I've bought new. This is brand new, still got the stickers on it. That's unlike me. I don't buy much anything new. Everything I get comes from flea markets and antique stores and garage sales, and I'm not much into new stuff. But when you can buy a brand new American-made axe for $28 and it shows up in 3 days by UPS, that's just a deal that's good enough to take. So we'll do a little video series on this later, getting it as good as we can. And thank you guys for watching Bushradical. Feel free to click on the comments below. Let me know what your experience has been with these axes, with these Council axes. I know there's guys out there that have dozens of these things. Let me know what you think, especially about like the classic Jersey and classic Michigan patterns. I've never seen one of those in person. Tell me what you think of those and what you do to dial it in. I'll be grinding and sanding on this sucker pretty soon. So I'm open for suggestions. If you guys like what I'm doing, you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you can get updates. And thank you guys so much for watching Bushradical. My name's Dave Whipple. Be radical, eh? See you soon.